what I'm saying is, if you can learn how to just be a little bit better at this stuff every single day, I'm talking about the videos and the lighting and the audio, it's a 1% better type of thing.
Correct.
You will see how far your journey has gone in just a short amount of time.
Happy birthday.
Things. First off, I want you to hit him with something nice. Hit him with like a vibes are vibing type of quote. What's your kickoff for this?
So guys, just keep in mind, every thought, action, and emotion you put out into the atmosphere carries with it a vibrational frequency that either pushes you closer to or further away from your goals. So just keep that in mind when you're maneuvering through the field.
So we were talking over the weekend, and Big G is super interested in getting into this YouTube stuff. Now, let me know if you're interested in getting into it as well. The quick qualifier for me, I manage a ton of different brands out there. We do it at the brand level, and we also do it at the professional and sales level, like team level. So we protect the integrity of brands. We help them to be better in digital platforms and digital spaces. It starts with their website, their social media, create content, media days, all kinds of stuff to make people get better. So we're not new to this experience. So Big G has kind of been a bit of a guinea pig over the last few months of this and didn't even know he was doing it. But he wanted to get into the YouTube stuff. And again, let me know if you want to get into YouTube and content, TikTok, Reels that are on Instagram and Meta and Facebook. So there's all different ways to be impactful on different platforms. But I want you to run through the AI breakthrough for you. So when we first started this has been like kind of a 60-day journey. When you first started, you didn't even have AI. Tell people what happened with AI.
Listen, when I first started this journey, I was literally just holding my cell phone and talking in front of the camera, which for me, that was a huge thing, is just learning how to talk in front of the camera. Once I got with Mike Dukes and we had a few little sessions, he kind of showed me where to put my attention. And again, when somebody tells you where you can focus your attention, your trajectory is going to be a lot faster. So I thank you, Mike Dukes, for all your help. But one thing I've learned, so ChatGPT is going to be a close friend to you if you're doing this kind of stuff. Learning how to prompt ChatGPT and ask it the correct questions to get the answers you want is a huge thing. When you get comfortable with a content base, you then move into like your background and setting and things like that. Lighting is huge. Sound quality is huge. Those algorithms, when you're putting these reels together, they just attract content and engagement. But again, learning how to engage an audience, you can sit here and talk all you want on the camera. If nobody's listening to you, you're just wasting your time.
Let me know if you agree. So things like that will help and get you moving in the right direction with engaging with your audience. So I just want to start there. So with AI and ChatGPT, it was a bit of a paradigm shift for Big G. So what most people do, let me know if you're most people, you're prompting with the intention of creating content. Like you basically want the machine to give you content. You want it to give you cool photos and cool videos and all these things. And although it's great, it does have, that's more of like kind of a gamified experience. In other words, like you're learning how to like get better at creating. And at the end of the day, that's not really what we do. Like we are always going to be getting better at creating every day, and we're going to be 1% better. But if we put all of those eggs into one basket, if we put this a 5-pound bag and we've stretched it into 10 pounds worth of junk, it's going to be hard to be impactful. You know, it's hard to be impactful in those spaces. So what we've decided to do is shift the paradigm and start to interact and prompt ChatGPT, provide it with information about you, about your industry, about the things that you're interested in, so that it can better understand where to guide you and the directions to tell you to go. At the same time, I told you something that's big in the circles that I'm in, and Dukes all day. Big G, we've known each other since we were very young. So when I was a young man, I was an athlete, and I went by Dukes. So most of you professionals out there know me as Michael Cunniff. And I am, of course, Michael Cunniff, not Mike Dukes. But Dukes all day, Mike Dukes. It's just a fun thing that people say because social media, it is effective, and it does work. So let me know if you've leaned into like an acronym or something that has been impactful in your industry. Like for the mortgage space, we have the Mortgage Machine, with CloudSource. We have all kinds of different people who lean into the industries that they're in by utilizing the industries. So you came up with a page name, and it was kind of specific to what you do. So I want you to explain that. And then I didn't send you out making content. I said put the social before the media.
Yep.
So you worked on creating your ideas, you were speaking with ChatGPT, and you were engaging with your audience liking, comment, sharing. Explain
Correct.
that. So explain how you came across your page name and then what you were doing out in the marketplace to make more friends or get more market share, like, follow, share, things like that.
Gotcha. So, Don't Feed or Tease the Animals is my page. The podcast we're doing is all about that as well. And basically what that is teaching people how to basically stay in their lane. That's where Don't Feed or Tease the Animals come from. Just imagine you're walking through the zoo, you feed an animal, what happens? It keeps coming back to you. You tease an animal, we all know what happens when an animal gets pissed off. So in that mind frame, stay in your lane. But that being said, engaging content, engaging the audience.
Hold on, before you move on, hold on, because it's pretty poignant, guys. Have you been watching like current news and the current effects? Punch the monkey, and there's so many different examples of like the animal kingdom and what's out there and how we help animals as humans. So I think it's so extraordinarily poignant to today. So it's kind of like the Geico commercial or the Progressive commercial, I think, where the guy's on the treadmill and he's explaining Progressive and the other guy, just natural guy, is going to explain it in normal words. What he's saying is that he's going to kind of peel back the onion of both the human side and the mental and health and spirituality, but then also how that interconnects with like our inner side, like who we are. We are all animals at the end of the day. So I think it's super interesting. So I wanted to stop you there.
Gotcha.
Give it a little bit more color,
into that.
And I think it has to do with the bullying and security. Explain about that a little bit. You've done that for years.
Yeah. So being in the private security industry, most people don't realize in my younger years, I went through it all. Bullying, picked on, was overweight. So a lot of struggles and traumas. I've learned how to create my own avenues for, getting over those things. You're going to have obstacles in life no matter where you go, but having a little knowledge on how to engage those situations, I think, is going to play a big part in your end game. Don't feed or tease the animals. The hardest thing to do in my line of work is going from the solid, quiet guy in the corner to engaging people and having discussions with people. So that's where I've had to put in the most work. Engaging the audience is basically just asking questions. What would you do in this situation? What have you done before in the past? What do you like? What do you not like? And basically just asking the audience questions and seeing if they respond. And then you'll know what content works and what doesn't, what to move on from and what to stick with. And that's basically it. Just like you.
So if you're watching this video, hopefully you're getting a little bit of water from it, a little bit of juice, right? There's going to be some stuff in here. You're going to see both ends of the spectrum, right? They talk about a spectrum of experience on social media and people that know what they're doing and have utilized this stuff for years on end, and people who are just starting and who are learning. So there's an in-between. This is where the all of the really impactful and cool stuff happens, because people are going to grow and you're going to learn, you're going to become better.
Yeah, and guys, very, very rarely do you get to see things from a student-teacher standpoint. So you're getting both ends of the spectrum here. So pay attention, write it down if you have to, but we're going to give you the keys to success right here.
Yeah, and I mean, as you're paying attention, I love that quote. It's so abrasive, but pay attention. It's the cheapest bill you're ever going to have to pay. So pay attention. As you're paying attention, we're here to learn and grow with you too. So comment and share some of your trials and tribulations. It could be across the spectrum. Again, across this entire spectrum. What's going on? Are you just starting? Are you just at the beginning? Have you hit a bottleneck as a business owner or a top producer? So we're going to help you break through that. It's been extraordinary. So Big G wanted to do what every professional wants to do, and he does own a business. He's well off. He does great stuff for other people. So he wanted to tell that story, but now he's understanding the gym analogies and the relationship analogies and all the stuff that coaches and top producers share with others, in that you've got to kind of get in the gym and learn to lift weights, and you've got to learn to do cardio and all these things. And you also got to learn there's a lot of things you can't skip.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable, guys. That's how you grow.
One of the things that I've noticed lately is the gym analogy, keep with that going, is the better you get, the more gym athletes tend to isolate certain muscles, isolate certain things. So with that, I want to talk about. So we're prompting ChatGPT. That's pretty cool. Yep. There's no real uphill. It was just shift the paradigm, share information with it instead of extracting. Yeah. So what you do, extract information. Ultimately, you got to provide it first, and then we started talking about how important this stuff is. So like, what's going on in this frame here, really quick, and the lighting and everything.
So lighting and sound is, at least in my point of view, took my content creation to the next level. Dukes is highly responsible for that, but just learning how to illuminate your face.
Yeah. Watch this. Ready? Here. So keep going. So this is live. You guys are watching. Ready? Let's turn this off. Is this like a good, it's a little different now.
This is flat. You know,
Yeah.
it's flat.
So explain. So what happens? So there's a light. Is there one light here, two lights here?
So we've got multiple light sources. We have this one, it's our face light. It basically lights up us individually. Then we have background lighting, contrast lighting with the neon signs.
Kind of cool.
These little things, the more you can illuminate and contrast with lighting, you're gonna see your reels, just for some reason, they just get more views.
All right. So I think I'm going to debate. I don't think this necessarily gets more views. I think we're going to end up having a video that's probably going to have like 20, 30 views in YouTube. But maybe some of our reels will go a little further and get some thousands of views and stuff like that. But I think you get views by giving views.
Okay.
I think you get an engaged audience by liking and commenting and sharing it. All that stuff that you've been doing now for the last 30 to 60 days.
Yes, sir.
Because instead of being dormant, you were out there commenting on, you like there's certain celebrities like Action Bronze and all that, but then it started hitting home and you start seeing local stuff.
Yeah, it's funny he touched on that, because there's a few comments that I made on other people's pages that have gotten hundreds of likes from other people. And what do those people do? They're going to read my comment, then they're going to go to my page, and hopefully they like what they see on my page and they might follow me. But just knowing that the participation in other people's projects is going to definitely come back to you in a good way.
That's it. So you don't need 1 million followers. You don't have to have thousands of followers. You can have a couple hundred followers and be pretty impactful. You can whatever it is. So I've always been a person who is of the mindset that impact one. You know what I'm saying? If I get one comment, I feel good.
Correct.
But if I get a comment, I feel good. You hear that statement? I get a comment, I feel good. So if you get a comment,
we feel good.
You feel good. You know what I'm saying? So we have to remember that and bottle that up. Keep the social before the media, because all this stuff is super important, but it's super important when you grow into it, right? It's super important if you're already being a person of value, or you're impacting others, or you're helping persons or peoples within an industry. So yeah, man. So let's continue down the road. So we talked about this for an hour the other day. We're giving like a truncated version of this. We talked about AI. We talked about setting up. This is a full frame video. We talked about how you've learned how to do reels. So show me your phone real quick. So we'll bring the phone into the frame. So here's his phone in the frame. Are all the settings like ready to go in the phone, or are there some things you need to change?
I didn't even realize that there was a 4K setting in my phone. So guys, that's going to save you a lot of money when you're just starting out. You don't have to go buy the big expensive camera, the big expensive.
Yeah. Is there something on the camera that you're seeing there that we put on your phone too, so that you could match the professional setup? Do you see that?
The screen there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So having a screen where you can actually visualize and see yourself before you start filming is huge.
Grid lines.
Grid lines. That's definitely, make sure your camera's level at all times. Make sure you're always filming in the upper 2/3 of the frame. I learned that from my kids.
Yeah. So if you're interested in a workshop, or you want to do this stuff, you want to jump on a Zoom, or you want me to be impactful with your team, I'm happy to do this with your team. I mean, it's not something that we have to discuss about business. It's going to impact your business. It's going to help you. It's going to make you better. So if you want to start investigating these little things to get your sales team on even footing, or to get your marketing team on even footing, there might be like a few little things that we're missing. And I've always said that in the game, like business is like it's a sport, it's a game. You have to learn how your industry works, and then kind of do it better than anyone else, right? It's the same thing with this content stuff and with the videos. You got to learn how this stuff works, and then you can be better.
Guys, one of the biggest things you're going to have to do is learn how to take criticism. You're going to get criticized on every single thing you do, but just remember, those little critiques are making you a better person and a better content creator.
Yeah, I think that's 100% true. We were talking about, I listen to Joel Osteen a lot, but I'm not going to get preachy and share any of that stuff in the YouTube video. But he was talking about, praise and criticism and things like that. And we need to be responsible for our own praise. We need to remind ourselves that we are all fearfully and wonderfully made, and that, we can do our best every single day to just be a little bit better. And that's really the goal. So if you ever do start getting, comments like that, my suggestion based on experience is going to be just let it slide, let it go. Humor goes a long way. We've always said that some of the most hurt people are the funniest, right? So be careful with your funny friends. You might want to ask them how they're doing, check on your teammates.
do that for sure.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to throw out there. I think you've been crushing it. We recap a lot of that stuff. On the back end, we were talking about, the type of platforms that you're learning how to post on. So you're seeing that, like, the one-dimensional approach, like just leaning into Instagram by itself doesn't really work. Plus, Instagram's owned by a bigger company. It's called Meta, and then these are going to a bucket of social media. And then talk to the people about the breakdown of what you've learned over the last 60 to 90 days. And then also, you thought you were ready day one to do a platform like YouTube, but like your YouTube channel, we're still not even there yet, and you're working on it. It's a growth thing. Talk to him about that. What'd you learn about platforms and the different platforms that exist?
So one thing you guys got to remember is on the platforms, it's all about engagement. How engaged are you on the things that you're viewing? Like I said before, so the comments that I got on somebody else's post, if you can create or add helping other people into your network of creating content, it's going to add trajectory to your path like you've never seen. For some reason, having a group collective versus one point of view is always a better route to go, because you're moving from perception into perspective. Having a point of view of many people versus one is always going to be a better route. With Mike Dukes, damn, I ran out of spot.
That's okay. That's what this is about. You're learning, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to chop this up. I'm not going to chop it up. We're not going to show the perfect polished version of this. Yeah. We're going to show a person that's doing it and growing and learning. I mean, you hear me even as I'm speaking and talking. You think there's a teleprompter there? There's not. It's done this a million times before. We're navigating. We're learning. We're growing. So yeah, I think in the last couple of years, I kind of wrap it up. Last couple of years, an accountability partner is what I felt like I've been to a lot of people. Because accountability is needed. You're an accountability partner to a lot of people. So I think that's why our ships kind of sail in the same direction. Mm-hmm. For me, it's about helping regulated professionals and helping, very high level brands. In another video, I'm going to kind of go off on the difference between, entrepreneurs and business owners and, where we're at nowadays in terms of the AI revolution and AI always being, nonstop, the forefront. Here's the super agency here. I can't even see it. There you go. Ready? Hold on. Let's show you the camera. No, didn't work. All right. Well, there's a super agency there talking about AI. A really cool book. I could share a link to this, but I think AI was a bit of hype. I won't go off on it in this conversation, but I think there was a lot of hype associated to it. And I think now we're learning different ways to utilize AI, but without having to reinvent the wheel. In other words, like, we're injecting a lot of this stuff into our daily lives. Hopefully you learned a lot of value in, how Big G is doing this, how Garrett's doing this. Feel free to ask questions about the type of prompts that he's asking. So they're not super high level stuff. We're all learning together. Also, I'm going to give you a free invite. You're invited to our school. We have a school that we do with the super agency. We teach others to be better. Right now there's about 220 people in it. Every day we're working on getting more actively engaged. If you're a top producer and you want to be in that, if you want to be an admin and you want to be a resource and help others, we're just looking to grow it. It's
highly recommended.
Yeah, 100% free. I'm going to be putting courses and stuff in there, and I'm not a course seller, but I do believe that if you have the resource and you can provide it to others for free, just go ahead and do that. So that's what we're going to do on school. So you got a free invite down there. Do me a favor, if you can, a like, a comment, a subscribe. We all appreciate it. So we love you. Thank you, G. I'm so proud of you. You're going to keep growing and learning. And let's go. What are you going to leave them with, some parting thoughts?
So guys, it's really important to grasp what you're trying to create with your content. Have a focus, have a point of view, try to stay on track. Don't get derailed by what you see from other people, but just stay focused is all I can really say. If you want it, it's right there to grab it.
I appreciate it. And give you one last look at the set. This is probably what we'll end on this. We'll end on this view
the meta,
from here. If you ever want to come, we're local to Fort Lauderdale. We're going to interview. We're going to talk. We're going to create some reels. Let's go.
My boy.